be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. I'm the man. Woo! Woo! To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. Woo!
Wrestling on weed.
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 Wrestling on Weed. Subscribe today. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. HD, back with another wild news joint. We gonna get this one in and out pretty quick because I got a crap ton of errands to run today. So it is, what's today? Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Dynamite's on today. We got to talk about some stuff that's happening on Dynamite as well. Today, yeah, the 14th. Today's Wednesday, the 14th. That's right. So, yeah, man, let's get into this news. Obviously, we have a massive story coming out of NXT. Before we get into that, what's up to the chat? Batman Wrestling, Jay, what's cracking? I still got to get used to that. That's Jay. Shout out to Jay in the building. Gruss was cracking. The super villain of the IWC is in the building. As always, appreciate you guys being here. So, big news. We'll get to the main story in a second, but we had a massive thing happen on NXT tonight. We don't talk about NXT a whole lot on this channel because we don't do blunt ratings for that show. Maybe we'll have to start doing the blunt ratings for NXT now that it's apparently going to be good again. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's talk about Solo Sikoa, man. You know what I mean? The guy that we've been speaking about for the last couple weeks because he was rumored at first to be headed towards the main roster. Then he showed up at Clash at the Castle and helped Roman Reigns retain his undisputed Universal Heavyweight World Planetary Championship. And then, and now he is the NXT North American Champion. Are you confused? Yes. Okay, good, because I am too. Because I could have swore he was a part of the bloodline and he was on the main roster now. So why does he have an NXT championship? I mean, they should have gave him that championship. Well, maybe not. Carmelo's been killing it. You know what I mean? He's the best thing down there, honestly. But Solo's not far behind. It's like Carmelo, Solo, and Braun. Those are the three gems of NXT. I throw Mandy Rose in there and Zoe Stark in there. You know what I mean? Because they are, they all have potential to be, great performers going forward for the next decade. But yeah, Solo is definitely one of those guys. So I feel like he should have been a champion. But yeah, now every bloodline member except for Sami Zayn has a championship. Now, would it be dope, in my opinion, if Sammy went and somehow stole the belt from Bobby Lashley? Or he can't beat Gunther. I don't want Gunther to lose. I don't want Bobby Lashley to lose. I don't know. Maybe I do want him to lose to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins will be an awesome U.S. champion. But Bobby Lashley is so fucking dope, too. It's a lot of talent, and it's dope. I feel like AEW should give some of their championship belts to WWE. I used to think WWE had too many belts. Now it's like AEW has way too many belts and half the wrestlers and half the time to show them. So it's really weird. But we do have a new NXT North American champion. Congratulations to Solo Sikoa. So yeah, Roman Reigns has 2 belts. The Usos have 2 belts, and the little bro got a belt now. So the bloodline is packed with gold. I actually like that they did that. Just because, he's a bloodline, he won't be the only one walking around without a belt, you know what I mean? Looking like the extra guy. Sami Zayn's supposed to be the extra guy, the guy who doesn't belong. So with all those guys holding belts and not dropping them for what looks to be anytime soon, because I don't think anybody is beating the New Day, or not the New Day. I don't think anybody's beating the Usos anytime soon for those undisputed tag team titles. I think there should just be one set. Apparently, there's a rumor from the belt guy. We mentioned this, I think, a couple weeks ago. He was talking about it, but this guy on Twitter who's apparently really in on the belt world and the wrestling belt culture, he apparently has some inside information that WWE is looking to create new belts. Obviously, the first belts I would change would be the World Heavyweight titles, the Universal title. Like that big W is cool, but it's whack compared to all the other wrestling belts in the industry, except for that whatever that shit is in New Japan. That Jay White that shit is terrible. But anyways, looks like Decepticon or some form of Voltron logo. I don't know, but I don't like it. Yeah, the W logos. The belt is clean. You know what I mean? It's a clean look. I got one right there. You know what I mean? In the top box. You can't really see it. But yeah. But they could have something doper. Like AEW has the best belt. Like AEW's World Heavyweight Championship is fucking gorgeous. You know what I mean? That belt is gorgeous. New Japan's World Heavyweight Championship. The IWGP US Championship is gorgeous. AEW could probably do more with their women's title belt. Even though they made it a little bit bigger, it still looks weird. But that's just me. I guess they want to make the female version of a belt, whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, NXT made some changes last night, putting the belt on Solo, but they made an even bigger change, allegedly, because until I see it, I won't believe it. What's up, Kai? Thanks for stopping through, man. I don't think I've seen you in here in the chat before. Welcome to Wild Nation. New Japan. He said New Japan Pro Wrestling got some nice belts for real. Yeah, they do. They have very nice belts. The Kita would be Two Faces fave. Mandy 100%. Yeah, Mandy's main roster ready. She's ready to go. She's already been there, but now she's on another level. Them and Toxic Attraction. The promo they cut last night was pretty good too. I just love Toxic. I mean, Gigi Dolan that girl is ridiculous. I ain't gonna even lie. I just started noticing her like 3 weeks ago, honestly, because I don't be watching NXT. I knew she was there. I knew Toxic Attraction, but I never really looked. And when I finally looked and was like, oh, that's why everybody be talking about her. Sheesh. She got that Tony Storm, boy. Her shit might be fatter than Tony Storm's. I don't know. I like it, though. So shout out to Toxic Attraction. I think they also got a chance to head towards the main roster, even though Mandy Rose looks pretty dominant, and they're talking about keeping or going after the NXT women's tag titles again. So I don't think they're getting called up anytime soon, even though we just saw them on SmackDown taking an L. So we'll see how things go. I like that they're merging the brands, though, having Ricochet go up against Carmelo, different things like that. So I can appreciate that. I enjoyed it. But moving on to the main story, we'll get into that now. Apparently, not apparently, but on NXT last night, there was a promo segment. I watched it on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watched the whole show. But I watched it on YouTube. Yeah, apparently NXT Black and Gold is coming back, or NXT White and Gold. I put Black and Gold on the thumbnail. I should have put White and Gold, but it wasn't as catchy as the NXT Black and Gold brand is returning, because everybody knows what the Black and Gold brand represents. It represents Triple H's brainchild, his baby, his creation, something that he put his heart and soul into and that we all loved and adored for so long. Something that, at one point was, I mean, a high percentage better than whatever the main roster was putting out. There was a point that I preferred to watch NXT over Raw and SmackDown. And it was consistently like that for a while. So Triple H has done his thing. Obviously, you know, Bruce and Vince and all those guys back there didn't really see or understand or care about what the fuck he was doing. So anytime Triple H created a superstar, somebody who had superstar potential in NXT Black and Gold, as soon as they did get ready to get called up, or once they got called up, their name would get changed, their gimmick would get changed, sometimes their move sets would get changed. Like, they would literally strip everything about these guys or girls that would make them who they were, and then expect them to be get the same love and adoration that they were getting when they were successful in NXT, which made no fucking sense at all. So now that Triple H is back in charge, he's clearly reverting everything back to how it was and how it should be. I don't think he's going to complete reversion. I don't think he's just, is that a word, reversion? I don't think he's going into complete reverse with everything that they're doing, because obviously they're still pushing forward with Braun Breaker being a star and different things like that. So I don't think he wants to revert completely back to the old, because, you know, the end of NXT Black and Gold was kind of bland. It got a little stale there for a while, because we didn't, you know, some people got called up to the main roster. We didn't really have no superstars down there that was left. And it just got kind of bland. They were trying to get over Cameron Grimes, who's really great, but, you know, once he's main eventing the shows and he felt like the biggest star on the show for a few months, it was like, all right, I'm not watching this anymore. So it was, you know, then they start circulating some new talent from the Performance Center and other places. And now they got 4 or 5 people down there who are legit superstars in the making. And I think they'll continue to develop more talent. But Shawn Michaels cut like a little promo, and it had the colorful, bright NXT logo up there or whatever. And he was just like, you know, we've been down this road. NXT's about, they actually referred to NXT, which completely shocked me, but they could refer to NXT as a developmental brand. Shawn Michaels did multiple times, said we developed the talent and stars for the future. He actually referred to them getting called up. You know what I mean? They build their skills here and then move on or move up, whatever he said. So NXT is definitely developmental. It's not a question anymore. It's a third brand because it's a completely different brand. So technically it's a third brand, but it's not on the same par as Raw or SmackDown. It's the D League. You know what I mean? It's the CFL, whatever. You know what I mean? It's still talented people working on their craft, hoping to get to the next level. So I like it being like that. I don't need a third main show for WWE. I like NXT, especially if you're going to, you have to have a place for these people. You don't have FCW or any of these places anymore. You have to have a place where people can train and get better in front of a live audience, make their mistakes, get booed, get laughed at, blah, blah, blah. All the trials and tribulations wrestlers got to go through to thicken their skin and make them better at their craft. If, you know, fucking up and getting booed or laughed at breaks them, then they're not really built for this business anyway, because that's just something you're going to have to deal with. I just did 3 reaction videos of blooper reels yesterday, so one's going up today. So if people going to fuck up, we going to laugh at it, we going to make fun of it, we going to hope that you're okay and not hurt or anything like that, and we going to move on. We still going to root for you, cheer for you. Now, if you're Sin Cara and you're botching every 5 fucking seconds, then we going to be like, get him the fuck out of here. Please, get him the fuck out of here. So I miss that Vince, but no, I don't. No, the hell I don't. I love Triple H. Triple H is my favorite person in pro wrestling right now, hands down. You're only one to call it the white and gold. Everyone else has been calling it black and gold. They all colorblind, I guess. I mean, people still used to saying black and gold. I mean, people just see the gold and just automatically say black and gold because they're used to it. But it had a little black trim on it. But yeah, it's clearly a white logo. I don't know how I guess since it's a gold outline, they could put it on a white background, but it might look a little weird. I think it's just an interchange. Sometimes it'll be white and black. Sometimes it'll be black and gold, and sometimes it'll be white and gold, just depending on what kind of design they do. But at least it doesn't look like a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, because that's what it looked like before. And yeah, that wasn't good. It was an ugly ass belt. Ugly ass logo. I think we can all admit that. It looked like rainbow developed a mouth and threw up all over the show, and I didn't enjoy it. It's one of the reasons I continue to not watch. Like when they did the whole rebrand, I was like, oh, this is the rebrand? Definitely not watching this. What is the flowers? It's a wrestling show. Why is there flowers and paint splashes all over? It's a fucking wrestling show. Are we watching the gardening channel? Is this Pokemon's fucking YouTube channel? What am I looking at? This is some weird shit. I don't know what I shot to Pokemon. I don't even know why I just shot her out because she a girl with a YouTube channel. I don't know. But yeah, they removed the 2.0. What's up, Dave? Shout out to Dave in the chat. Yeah, they definitely removed the 2.0. They're going back to the original branding. It's a great idea, great move by Triple H. I think we probably could have all saw this coming. You know, it's a little tricky. Like, is he going to step on Vince's toes or just, like, revert everything back? Like, fuck you. Yeah, he is. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's like, oh, so you going to come take over my job? You know, stress me out to the point I have a fucking stroke damn near and almost die. And you think I'm not about to come in here and do what the fuck I want to now that I got this position? You got me fucked up, boy. So... Pokey about to call you a sexist on her stream. I know she's one of those girls. I don't pay attention to those people. I would welcome it. She would just give me more views. She's famous. So, she call me whatever she want to, as long as people come over here and watch. They can judge for themselves. Shit. But yeah, man. So big night for NXT as far as, you know, them rebranding and, you know, crowning a new North American champion. It's all good stuff. So we'll see what comes from that. You know, if the champions remain the champions, you know, going forward for a long time. I don't know if Solo's going to be, I guess he could just dominate NXT while, you know, the original Bloodline, they dominate the main roster and they call him when they need his help or so. I don't fucking know. Like, clearly he's a member of the Bloodline now. So I don't know how this is going to play out. Yeah, it was their 1 year anniversary. I'm hip. So, you know, it just made sense that they did all of this on this night. You know what I mean? It made a lot of sense. So the 2.0 thing lasted 1 year, and that's all we needed it for. So we do not need that branding to come back. That did not look like a wrestling show branding. It's just too bright, too colorful, even though I don't want it to be all gloomy and look like it was in a garage like the old NXT. It definitely looked bigger and more elaborate as 2.0. They need to keep that, but they need to get more synergy in the branding. Just so many colors. It's hard to identify the show. It's just ugly. It's just an ugly show. You know what I mean? So, and some of the wrestling, you got to go on the show and watch Lash Legend try to wrestle. It's just, it's a struggle sometimes. I saw one match of hers, and I was just like, oh, hell no. What? I was like, who is this girl? Somebody told me she was good in this chat, I think, at one point. Or maybe they just mentioned her name. But yeah, she's not good. She's not good. Maybe she will be. I hope she is at one point. You know, I'm always, you know, rooting for the wrestlers to get better and accomplish their dreams or whatever they want to do. But right now, she is green as hell in the ring. So we'll see what happens with NXT and all the stars they got down there now that they've rebranded and shifted everything that's going on over on down there. So moving on to our next story, we'll catch you guys up on the CM Punk and all the backstage drama that's going on with All Elite Wrestling. Obviously, CM Punk and the Young Bucks have been suspended indefinitely by AEW for everything that happened with the fiasco, the little fracas, the little brawl that happened with Ace Steel and the Elite and all those guys backstage. Everybody's been suspended. No reportings of any actual firings. I haven't, you know, a lot of people assume Ace Steel would just be immediately fired, but that isn't the case so far. Everybody's just been indefinitely suspended, except for CM Punk, and I don't even think Ace Steel has been officially suspended, if I'm not mistaken. I think they just, you know, they're suspended, but they're not listed as suspended because I think there's some whole legal ramification. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. It's a lot of moving pieces going on with this, but Dave Meltzer has some updates on this situation in PW Insider. He said the Elite and CM Punk won't be on AEW Dynamite tonight. I think we all could have assumed that. He said, barring some sort of last-minute change, AEW is planning to wait until the investigation is complete before reintroducing anyone on AEW TV. So that's obviously a massive deal because Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and CM Punk and Ace Steel and whoever else was back there, Pat Buck and whoever else got suspended or relieved of their duties for a period of time, they have no idea when they're coming back to work. I'm sure they were suspended without pay for this situation, or maybe they weren't. Maybe they were suspended with pay. They just wanted them off TV. I'm not 100% sure, but I am sure that it's gonna get even messier because y'all know who's the creator of the AEW video game, or the guy who's the front man for the AEW video game, which is supposed to be released soon. You know what I mean? This year, early next year at some point. The main guy who's doing all the leg work as far as promo and talking about the game and different things, giving updates on the game, that guy is no longer allowed to speak or represent AEW. What are they about to do in that situation? I think there's like appearances. I think there's some stuff they're supposed to be doing over in Japan with the video game. And you could take them off of wrestling TV, especially with people knowing what happened, blah, blah, blah. You know, out of sight, out of mind, whatever. Just take the titles from them, keep it moving. But what are you going to do about all the outside business that they had to be a part of representing the company? I don't think CM Punk had any real dealings as far as AEW outside, but the EVPs definitely had stuff going on. They were heavily involved in that AEW video game. Kenny Omega helps run the women's division. I'm pretty sure that's still the case. So I'm just not 100% sure how all this is supposed to work. But it makes sense that they're not on TV. They took them out of the intro. I think there was like a splash of Kenny Omega in there for a split second. It looked like they just might have overlooked it last week. But no Kenny Omega, no Young Bucks, no CM Punk in the opening intro to Dynamite or Rampage anymore. So, they've kind of just, like I said, out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? It could get really tricky. You know what I mean? That's all I'm really concerned with. I hope Tony Khan has a plan as far as what to do. Maybe they had somebody, a backup person who knows everything about the game, but I don't think people will want to hear from them like they want to hear from Kenny Omega as far as this. But most AEW wrestling fans are marks, you know what I mean? Smarks, I should say. They know, they read the blogs and all that shit. So they know what's going on with the whole backstage situation for the most part. I would assume AEW fans definitely know what's going on. So, you don't really have to explain too much to the AEW audience as far as why CM Punk and, the Elite aren't there. But, when it comes to those businessmen and the people creating that game and all that, they're going to be like, man, they ain't got shit to do with us. We got projects to finish and they supposed to be here. So what the fuck? You know what I mean? You're not going to have Kenny Omega come out and talk about the game and all that stuff. But, he's suspended. Supposed to be suspended for representing the company. They took him out the fucking intro. So I don't know how any of this is going to work, but don't expect to see CM Punk or Ace Steel or the Elite anytime soon because legal battles take a while. I don't know if any of y'all know, like it takes a while. You know what I mean? Yo, Gruss, that is hilarious. That is actually hilarious because that might actually happen. They're going to be like, yo, he's a DLC character and then just never give him to just never put him out. That is actually hilarious. He might get deleted from the game. Like, yeah, no CM Punk in the AEW game. But then he would have to delete himself, I think. I don't know. It makes no sense. Colt Cabana and Christopher Daniels have been going around promoting the game. Oh, okay. Wow. So the irony of that, Colt Cabana being the one who's helping promote the game now. And wait a minute, Christopher Daniels, he got suspended. So he's in the same spot. He's in the same boat, I'm pretty sure. Christopher Daniels was one of the guys back there that ended up getting suspended as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, yeah, a couple more backstage personnel obviously probably had an issue with Punk as well, or were trying to break it up or whatever the rumor was, and everybody got it. Tony was like, everybody get the fuck out. You know what I mean? He finally grew some balls after everybody got on the internet and started making fun of him for being a bitch. He grew some balls and just told everybody get the fuck out, which was absolutely 100% the right decision. If you're gonna be a boss and run a fucking company. Yeah, he got suspended, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, he's up out of there. Like, it'd be so hilarious if Colt Cabana is now the face of the video game and he's going around, he's on AEW TV or programming more than CM Punk for the next couple months. That would just be some beautiful irony. Colt Cabana should wrestle on Dynamite tonight. I swear he should get a match on Dynamite. Like, I ain't do nothing, man. I'm just innocent bystander. I ain't tell that man to get up there and do that. So, excuse me. So, we'll see how things play out on AEW Dynamite tonight, live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be locked in watching. We got a couple quick stories before we get out of here, and I go run all these errands that I have today. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, who is now, I guess, officially a WWE superstar. He has a contract. He'll be wrestling again soon. Yeah, he was on the podcast, in his full, tribal chief glory. And he was asked about WWE booking, and if it, his setup match with The Rock, potential match with The Rock is affecting how they book him, because can't take the belts off of him until he faces The Rock, blah, blah, blah. So he was asked about that by Logan, and he went on to say, if it works out, then I'm ready. He said, it seems like it's been that way. All the big names, all the big stars, whether from our business, from the movies, to the internet now. That was shade. That was such shade. That was, oh God, that was shade. The shade on his podcast. Damn, that's disrespectful. Roman is an asshole, the best kind. I've been in no, actually, he's this. Yeah, not the best kind. But anyways, I've been in a very cool groove. I've been in a very cool groove where these things have kind of just come to me. Hopefully, WWE will just continue to do that. So that was the end of his quote. So yeah, he definitely threw a lot of shade at Logan Paul. Talk about now we got internet people in the fucking ring. You know what I mean? But Roman is basically like, whoever they throw at me is who I'm going to beat. He's kind of just indifferent on the Rock match. I think mainly because he don't even know if it's going to happen. That shit's like 16, 17 months away. You know what I mean? What do we got? What is this? September now? It's 16 months away from WrestleMania. So I don't think anybody knows. The Rock doesn't know. He don't know if he's about to be shooting Black Adam 2. You know what I mean? Movie might make $10 billion. And he's like, well, we're shooting another one immediately. He's like, sorry, WWE. Going to get this bag. You know what I mean? And could you blame him? Absolutely not. Obviously, as an actor, as the biggest actor, the number one actor in Hollywood, which is still ridiculous to say, that The Rock, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, it's not ridiculous because you saw it coming even from the moment he became a heel in WWE. But it's still, still surreal to watch the guy that we watch wrestle be the biggest movie star in Hollywood. Even with John Cena. John Cena's so great and got so great so fast. The Peacemaker shit just made me more of a fan of John Cena than I ever was in the history of my life. So I like John Cena in WWE, but as Peacemaker, I am a massive fan because that show was awesome. If you haven't seen it, go watch Peacemaker. That shit was so fucking hilarious. Vigilante is the best thing to happen on HBO since I don't even know when. John Cena's character was amazing too. Don't get me wrong. The whole cast was great. But anyways, back to wrestling. Moving on to our next story. MJF responded to some trolls on Twitter who say similar things to what I say. Actually, I don't say this that much. They told him he should stop referring to WWE as much. It was, who was it that actually did it? It was a referee named Jimmy Corderas and some other, Herbert Ponzarelli You know what I mean? Some guy, I don't even know who these fucking people are. I don't think anybody does. But they were on the internet talking about how he should basically stop mentioning WWE. We remember last week he remembered, I'm going to a real wrestling company, or I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna talk to my friend Triple H, and that's the most recent WWE references. Obviously, it feels like it happens on every AEW podcast or broadcast at this point, but yeah. He went back at them. He said, former referee Jimmy Corderas tries to tell the greatest promo of all time, MJF, how to do his job. So he's speaking in third person, just like a true dick. And then he wrote on Twitter as well. He said, former Bell Times keeper Herbert Ponzarelli tried to tell MJF how to do a headlock. So basically, he just responded to the trolls like, I'm not really gonna pay attention to your advice because you never accomplished anything close to what the fuck I'm doing. So why would I listen to you? I'm one of the hottest wrestlers in the business. Why would, it's crazy. And I don't even know. I guess, yeah, they were kind of going at him because of his promo specifically, but he's not the only one. You know what I mean? And they were kind of alluding to that. It's a problem on AEW TV. Saying, that's what happened with WCW. They kept mentioning him and blah, blah, blah. It's like the way MJF does it kind of doesn't really, I mean, it does kind of bury AEW a little bit, but it's not like he's causing beef. If anything, WWE's watching like 2024. Come on, 2024. Please stay mad at them, MJF. Please don't pay him, Tony Khan. So... As we know, he didn't have to extend his I wonder if that's a work or a shoot, that he didn't extend his contract and got a raise, that little video or audio that he played before his return. I'm not sure, that could easily be a work. He could have definitely signed a 2 or 3 year extension and got a crazy raise to stay, which is exactly what should happen. You know what I mean? I would be trying to sign MJF to a lifetime deal if I was AEW. He's like 25 years old or some shit, and he's one of the best sticks in the game, so it's crazy. And he's good in the ring too. So I don't even know. Yeah, playing around with somebody like that for somebody like CM Punk, who is clearly 1,000% only out for themselves. No matter how much they say, well, I'm trying to help these guys. No, you ain't, because you would help them. If you were trying to help them, you would listen when they said, I don't want your help. You'd be like, all right, guess that's how I'm gonna help then. I'm gonna not help you. And move about your fucking day. Not get all your panties all in a bunch like, who are these guys to not listen to me? This little punk ass guy going out there and dropping pipe bombs. I'm the only one that could drop a pipe bomb. It's crazy. The most disrespectful people in AEW be the most sensitive motherfuckers when somebody do something. At least Eddie Kingston didn't double down on his dickheadness. Like, he had a moment, he had a lapse. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? And then he was like, yo, I was wrong. I was dead ass wrong. I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. I took it too far. Let's keep it moving. Me and Sammy cool. CM Punk like, nah, fuck that. I'm doubling down, triple down, quadruple down. He waited a whole month to get back at Hangman Page. He was on TV every week. He waited a month. He's like, I got a receipt, and the apology must be as loud as the disrespect. Like, nigga, you've wished death upon people. Have you apologized? I don't know. What? You've disrespected people so much. Like, I don't even know how you expect anybody to want to apologize to you for anything. That's crazy. I'm still CM Punk fan as far as in-ring and wrestling as a wrestler. Still a massive CM Punk fan. As a person, I think he's a complete jerk. I just do. I'm sorry. I think he's a jerk. It's just some things aren't necessary. Like that as much as we love talking about it, it was draining after a couple days because it was so much. But as fun as it was to talk about it, all that, the way his demeanor and the way he got up there and buried everybody in the company, sitting right in completely embarrassing his boss, throwing punches when the Elite came into his office after he asked them to come see him if they had a problem. Apparently, he was the one who just started hauling off and punching people. You know what I mean? And Ace still throwing chairs and biting people. Like, the motherfucker's crazy. He has an unstable friend, and he's unstable. People like that usually run in packs. Let's just be clear. People like that usually run in circles because they can acknowledge and accept each other's bullshit. They co-sign each other's bullshit. Ace still isn't telling CM Punk he's wrong about anything. He's just not. You know what I mean? That's his boy. That's his meal ticket. So CM Punk got some yes men around him, just like he claimed Vince McMahon had at one point. He got a bunch of yes men around him, and you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna tell him when he's wrong. So he's probably sitting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's looking at the internet and all the fans and the all the reports, but if he thought it was bad going at that reporter at the like, who are you friends with this guy? Y'all been talking shit. If he thought it was bad then, motherfucker's been ripping him a new one for the last week. Like he's basically imploded the company and got himself suspended and got the elite. He got the elite suspended, in my opinion. They just went back there to see what the fuck was going on. Somebody just went out there on a press conference on a stage in front of the world and disrespected me like that. I'm going to be at their locker room when they get back there. I'm gonna be waiting at the door when he leaves the press conference room. Like, wait a minute, what? Matter of fact, I'm walking out there during the press conference and I'm gonna be like, what you say? Say that again about me to my face? I mean, you got me fucked up. I will whoop your ass in front of all these people. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's what I would have done. Fuck all that. Wait until you get back there and storm into his locker room. I'm about to come out there and check you in front of all these people and be like, bitch, who the fuck is you saying can't manage a target and calling a fucking idiot? And he disrespected Heyman so bad. Whew, I don't know. Larry the dog is tired of the disrespect. Larry's like, man, I don't need to be here, man. Kenny Omega had to save Larry. That's sad. It's like Kenny Omega out there getting bit, and it's not by Larry. It's crazy. He got bit by one of the humans. This shit is crazy. Kofi Kingston ran with CM Punk and Yeah, they're friends. That's why he dropped Kofi's name in a promo a while ago when he was beefing with Eddie Kingston. Called him only the second best Eddie Kingston that he's been in the ring with, or third or something like that. But whatever. Yeah, him and Kofi were boys. They traveled the road together. I'm pretty sure they were a tag team at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they're friends in real life. So, that's cool. But Kofi would have never in a billion zillion years got on a podium and done anything like this. They're two completely different people. Two completely different people. You know what I mean? It's like I think they were friends, but I don't think they hung out. I don't think they were like buddy, let's hang out. And maybe they were. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think CM Punk has grown extremely more surly and insufferable. In his old age. And it happens. Yeah, I mean, it happens. So, it is what it is, but it is what it is. CM Punk I don't know, that was supposed to be a short news story. I talked about that for like 15 minutes. But anyways, Hikaru Shida's not going to be on Rampage tonight. She got jumped, or Dynamite tonight, because she got jumped on Rampage by, I think it was Britt Baker. Who said, yeah, I'm not going to have my tag team partner tonight. You're not going to have yours either. Because obviously her and Jamie Hayter are beefing. So she has to tag with Serena Deeb tonight. So it's going to be Toni Storm. And who replaced her? Oh, yeah, Athena. Toni Storm and Athena facing off against Serena Deeb. Good to see her back on Dynamite. And Britt Baker for, in a tag team match tonight. So little news there. Not sure if there's an injury involved and they're, trying to get Hikaru Shida written off. I'm not sure what's happening with that, but I'm sure we'll hear some more news. Keep your ears open for that. Andrade had some news. What's up, Giovanni? Thanks for stopping through, man. New watcher. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Appreciate you stopping through. Welcome to Wild Nation, champ. Yeah, Andrade, who has the best back elbow in the game, just told us he can't use it anymore. And I didn't put two and two together, but it makes perfect sense. Of course you can't do a back elbow because it looks really good, and that's Chris Jericho's finishing move. And half the time it sucks when he does it. So I could understand him being like, yo, don't show me up. I'm one of the top guys in the company. So this is something that's happened before. We've seen this in wrestling before with moves being, I guess, attached to one person, but someone else is brought in, they have the move too, and then they have to stop doing the move because it's not their finisher, and you don't want to bury the other guy's finisher, blah, blah, blah. It makes sense, but Andrade, it's a way better move when he does it. It looks way more painful. He does the thigh slap, you know what I mean? He's like, so it's everything just looks better. And Chris Jericho stole it, and it sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, quick news on Andrade. Hopefully he gets on TV some more. They should just put him in, just make him and Rush an official tag team, and we could stop worrying about if he's going to get a singles title run and just give us some definition with Andrade. What is he? Where is he going? What is he doing? He's too good to just be floating back and forth, offering people money and not having matches. Like, I don't know what the fuck Andrade is at this point. And we're going to end the show off with some gross news. I really don't want to talk about this. But he has been in the news the last few days. I'm more so going to talk about EC3. I can't really, there's no way to avoid talking about this guy. So Velveteen Dream ended up back in the news last week. He was arrested for apparently a fight at the gym. And, you know, he's going to court for that, blah, blah, blah. That's not the story at all. It's not the story at all. After all these new allegations and stories started coming out about Velveteen a few weeks ago, EC3 made it a point to hop on Twitter or whatever social media platform it was. I'm pretty sure it was Twitter. And make allegations, and I will just say they're allegations because I don't think there's any proof of this, that Velveteen Dream was in super duper creep mode while he was in the WWE locker room, while he was in WWE, period. I'm not sure where it happened, but apparently EC3 said that he was having a little shindig, little event at his crib, apparently Velveteen Dream was setting up his phone in the bathroom, trying to record people taking pisses, maybe shits. I don't know what gets his rocks off, but it's fucking gross. It's fucking gross. And EC3 was very adamant about the fact that he didn't just leave his cell phone in the bathroom, accidentally recording. Like, he had it set up like he was trying to record people using the bathroom without their knowledge. And he said he's been off dude ever since. So, and he just came out on the Steve Fall show podcast. I think it's called the 10 Count Podcast. Shout out to them. They got some more information, which I think is even more pertinent. They said that him allegedly taping Talent Ping without their consent was known by WWE. I don't find this surprising at all, seeing at who was in charge back then. Like, I feel like Vince was like, hey, sounds like something I would do. We remember, what was it? GTV? I don't even remember what that shit was. We remember these things when Val Venus was staring at Big Show's dick. Oh, they call you the Big Show. I remember all that shit. So it's not like, and we never found out who the fuck that was. So this Velveteen Dream sounds like Vince McMahon's kind of guy. I ain't gonna even lie. So it is what it is. But EC3 said, I'll read this real quick. He said, I'm not the one to share it and gossip. It was known. Talent was involved. It's a wide tale, and a lot of people did know, even being a part of it where I was kind of at the forefront of it because it was at my home. Taking it up the chain, being there, getting there. People sometimes don't want the boat rocked from an office perspective. Sometimes talent is doing well and drawing money. They'll be protected. At the same time, I'm an adult male who does not need someone else to fight my battles. This sucks. I don't like it. Guys that were involved, this happened. Ridicule from peers. No lesson was learned. Why it came up here and now, somebody asked. Nobody ever asked. I was asked about him, and when it rains, it pours. That's basically what happened. Somebody asked him, and he gave the story, and then that shit just, you know what I mean? It snowballs. Like, wait a minute, he was filming people taking pisses? What the fuck? Like, that's a story. That's a story, especially with all the other stuff he was accused of. You know what I mean? With underage, God, it's fucking gross. This guy's gross. And he's from my area. He wrestled at MCW before he made it. Like, it's just like a sad story. Sad story. More sad for the people that he's fucking, you know what I mean, done stuff to or videotaped. He's just an all-around creepoid. So it happens, whatever. GTV really is. Yeah, no one still knows who the hell. No one knows who did that shit. it was around for a few weeks, then just disappeared. But it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. So that's all the news we got for today, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, go run a bunch of errands. It's sunny outside. It's fall. So summer is over. Back to the fall grind. So appreciate you guys watching. We had a couple new viewers up in here. Giovanni Mercer, I see you in here. Appreciate you for stopping through, my guy. Hit that like button. Everybody that just stopped through, Kai, everybody stopped through for the first time. You know what I mean? It's a very welcoming environment, as you can see already. Gruss, KGM, Jay, they always, or Batman, they always up in here showing love, welcoming all the new watchers or listeners. So appreciate you guys as always. Wow Nation, gang, y'all know what it is. It's your boy Mr. HD. Y'all will see me tomorrow between 11 and noon. You know how it works, daddy duty. You'll see me tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite Blunt ratings, and we will be dropping a video today, another reaction video today, so look out for that when that premieres as well. So till next time, see you guys later. Deuces.